Welcome back to The Lead. Today, the Orlando terrorist massacre is pushing the 2016 candidates into a new kind of war of words. Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump just wrapped up dueling speeches and went after each other on leadership and counterterrorism policies. In the wake of the Orlando massacre, Clinton did it by suggestion. Donald Trump did it directly. This morning here on CNN, something we're not sure we've ever heard Hillary Clinton say before. She used the words radical Islam to condemn Sunday's tragedy. That's a phrase Trump has hounded her and President Obama for not using publicly. Let's bring in CNN's Sarah Murray. She's with the Trump campaign in Manchester, New Hampshire. And Sarah, as I said, Clinton made only veiled allusions to Trump, but boy, he took her on by name repeatedly.
Absolutely, Jake. Today, Hillary Clinton said this was not a day for politics, but Donald Trump had something else in mind entirely. He went after Hillary Clinton. He went after Barack Obama, all as he tried to cast himself as the toughest candidate to fight terror.
In the wake of the Orlando massacre, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are putting their commander-in-chief credentials on display.
The Orlando terrorist may be dead, but the virus that poisoned his mind remains very much alive.
And adopting starkly different tones.
I refuse to be politically correct. The days of deadly ignorance will end.
While Clinton lays out a multifaceted plan to guard against terrorists who act alone.
As president, I will make identifying and stopping lone wolves a top priority.
And promises tighter gun controls.
I believe weapons of war have no place on our streets.
Trump is positioning himself as tough on terror, renewing his call to ban Muslims from migrating to the U.S., even though the Orlando shooter was a U.S. citizen born in New York.
When I'm elected, I will suspend immigration from areas of the world where there is a proven history of terrorism against the United States.
And claiming that Syrian refugees are pouring into the U.S.
We have to stop people from coming in from Syria. We're taking them in by the thousands.
In fact, less than 4,000 Syrians have been admitted this year. President Obama has called for resettling 10,000 by the end of September. Today, Clinton's arguing Trump's approach will cause more harm than good.
Inflammatory, anti-Muslim rhetoric and threatening to ban the families and friends of Muslim Americans, as well as millions of Muslim business people and tourists from entering our country, hurts the vast majority of Muslims who love freedom and hate terror.
The presumptive Democratic nominee dismissing one of Trump's loudest criticisms, that she won't utter the words radical Islamic terrorism.
Hillary Clinton, for months, and despite so many attacks, repeatedly refused to even say the words radical Islam.
Saying she's more focused on solutions than semantics.
Whether you call it radical jihadism, radical Islamism, I think they mean the same thing. I'm happy to say either.
As Trump adopts some questionable semantics of his own, appearing to suggest President Obama sympathizes with Muslim extremists who've launched terrorist attacks.
We're led by a man that either is not tough, not smart, or he's got something else in mind.
Now, the Washington Post is one of the news outlets that seized on that last comment from Donald Trump, the suggestion that the president might know more about these terrorist attacks, things like the shooting in Orlando than he's letting on. And Trump decided that he did not appreciate that coverage very much. He took to Facebook today to say he plans on revoking the Washington Post press credentials. This is a theme we've seen within this campaign, them pulling the credentials of reporters or news outlets when they're unhappy with the coverage. And obviously an alarming one, Jake, from the perspective of many journalists who cover him.
All right, Sarah Murray, thank you so much.